You also talk about this concept of cycles of suck, which kind of ties into what we were just talking about, where
Right.
people who are disengaged perhaps feel like, they're moving on a constant basis.
Yes.
They're doing what they're supposed to, but they're still unhappy and they're still unsatisfied.
Right.
Could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, happily. So, in keeping with this notion that we do live in this sort of dynamic opportunity landscape, the economy, people often choose to lock themselves into unfulfilling roles because of fear or risk aversion again, and not being willing to bet on themselves. And it's true of sort of rank and file workers, it's true of managers, and it's true of leaders as well. And so the sense of meh that folks experience, we can attribute to being sort of trapped, where we're not necessarily moving forward in a meaningful way. So the hamster wheel is the sort of visual metaphor. No one wants to be stuck on a hamster wheel, right? If you're not going anywhere. So the thing to think about is how can we step off of that first, right? Which is a question of self-awareness and reflection, and recognizing not only your talents, where they lie, but your alignment and affinity for a company that you're working for, right? Or that you're leading. It requires seeing the unseen and looking at things with a fresh perspective every day. So a mindfulness, if you will, which is sort of the catch-all phrase today. A classic example is someone maybe infinitely talented, right? Who is in a mid-level role, knows that they can be doing more and advancing and contributing at a higher level and with higher value, but chooses not to push themselves into an uncomfortable position, meaning to either leave or to ask for promotion, or to perhaps create some kind of other outlet for them to channel their talent. So it is staying within sort of this myopic lens of saying, I'm only good enough, this is unsatisfying, but I need to keep doing to sustain myself, and then it perpetuates this insidious cycle of not really advancing in a meaningful way. So the big thing to do is to engage your employees and tackle it. What can we do to address your sense of value with the company and how we're valuing you and your promotion, the ability to move forward. And so that's, just requires, again, an openness and a transparency. One idea might be to actually, ask your employees, what are ways that we can help you improve and meaningfully, and are there ways that we can sort of inspire you to do the things that you really want to be doing? So, might it be you designing a new project or product for the company? Are there other small experiments that you'd like to run? Perhaps it's developing cross-category skills. If you're let's say you're a product manager, but you have an interest in design, maybe it is spending more time with the design team or finding time to interact with them or interface in some way. Or, if you're a product engineer and you're interested in doing sales, let's say, figuring out where the cross-collaboration can happen, and encouraging folks to get out of the silo or the sort of, again, this myopic experience, but moving into a more integrated role where they can surface their own talents, but at the same time can learn new things from other people that they work with. So it's getting out of that safety bubble and taking some small risks and moving around and interacting in new ways, and that's going to not only surface opportunity for that employee, but for the company as well.